What's going on, everybody? My name is Paul. Welcome to my channel, Improve Man. And I wanted to kind of tell you something about the same subject that I talked about in the previous video, because I said that I moved from New York to Texas, and I did live in New York for 24 years. So I was just thinking about it, and it's kind of very odd to me to live in one place. Most of my life overall, I lived in New York. Most of it. I'm 44 years old. I lived in New York for 24 years. And I lived in Texas now for 3 years, almost. And I went to school in New York. I finished middle school. I went to high school. And I worked multiple jobs there. I've had a lot of different friends in New York. I still have family members in New York. And just answer me this: why don't I miss that place? I lived on Long Island. It's a suburb area. You have a house, you have a yard. Of course, where I live now, it is a nicer place. It's a cheaper place, but a nicer place. I spent most of my adult life there in New York. Pretty much all of my adult life, except for what I have in Texas now. And I don't miss it. I don't miss any place there. On occasion, I just miss some people, and I'd like to stop by. My brother-in-law is on Long Island. I always like to visit him and his family. He's got great sons, cool nephews. I like his wife. We get along all together nice. I used to stop by their house once or twice a week. They probably had enough of me sometimes. But I just don't miss that place. I do not miss the place that I spent most of my life in. And like I said, in Texas, I'm less than 3 years. About 2 years and 8 months now. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be in Texas. I'm happy to live in Texas. I'm happy to work in Texas. I don't work for anybody. I just have my own business. I started my own business. Once I moved here, I said I'm not going to work for anybody anymore. And that's it. It's very odd to me. And I can't understand that you could spend so much time in one place and have no emotional connection to it, almost whatsoever. I would like to know if anybody that maybe comes across this video has a similar feeling, a similar situation, that they moved and they just don't miss the place that they spent most of their life in. Because it's really weird to me. And the same thing for my wife. My wife spent most of her life in New York as well. Of course, she misses her family because she's got family in New York, sisters and nephews and things like that. But she does not miss New York. We both have kind of the same situation. I don't get it. It's very weird. But it also means something about New York, I think. And not everybody would have the same feeling. Of course, people would move out and they would miss their home state. But for some reason, I just have no emotional connection. I did a lot over there. Like I said, I worked there, multiple jobs, met a lot of people. I played basketball for years, semi-pro, college, all kinds of tournaments. I knew a lot of people there. I used to go to local parks and play basketball and things like that. I just don't miss any of it in New York. Nothing. It's very, very odd to me. I don't get it. Please, if anybody knows or has this kind of a situation themselves, just tell me I'm not alone. I already know that me and my wife think the same way, but I wonder if somebody else does. Thank you for listening to me on this, and I'll see you soon.